everyone, for today's video. I created a Germany, but all the Hearts of Iron 4 provinces are free. Alright, so here's how I think it will be seen. What I think this will be. So let's start. First up, this war over here in the north. Let's start off with a few states. I'm planning like East Germany, Northern Germany, Rhineland, and the Southern Germany. This part. Alright, so over here, these two and these two fight each other first. It's likely Mecklenburg to win here. And over here, Saxony this thing will push first, but Saxony will gain back these lands and take over. Note, this isn't meant to be realistic. Over here, these two will fight. No, these two will fight. Actually, no, these two will fight. It's that I'm giving them a chance because I feel like these two are way too overpowerful at the start. So to give these guys a chance, I'm gonna let them unite. For these guys, I think they're gonna take one province, but they're gonna get pushed back all the way. And while over here, this is a little bit more complicated, I think, but I think these guys will push here first, but I think they will win against Westfalen and take all this land. Alright. No. No, it's part of the Rhineland. These two I think are equal match. So Rhineland time. These two fight and these two fight. First up, these two I don't think their capital is in the border, so their government gets immediately. Meanwhile, the Rhineland is much more industrialized. Ireland, I feel like the only reason France took Ireland was the coal thing. So yeah, I think the Rhineland wins this one. Meanwhile, over here, I think it's these two against each other and these two against each. Bavaria will most likely win this outcome. Meanwhile, this will start as pushing back and forth, but it will eventually be a stalemate until a third party joins, which doesn't attack that, attacks this. They capture the capital, and once that, then Württemberg fights. It's not, but now Bavaria is united. Now it's time for round 2. So yeah. I'm planning this to be like a TNO unification style. So over here, 3-way party fight. These two start off by ganging up on this guy, Hanover, but while over here, these two will do the same. I don't think Brandenburg will have enough power to fight two fronts off, so I will let them have a counterattack here to scare these guys, to push them back. Meanwhile, over here, they're still getting pushed through Berlin. Their plan is to take out Mecklenburg first, which they do successfully, but Berlin is captured. What do? They fight back. But since this is not much much assimilated lands, they decided to join Saxony and start fighting. But since they had forces here, they're immediately gonna get crushed. They're immediately gonna get pushed back. The capital of Saxony is captured, and rebellions here rise. Saxony surrenders, and Brandenburg wins, forming East Germany. Meanwhile, over here, these guys get Hamburg gets to the capital first, while Oldenburg takes out the encirclement, then tries to go toward the capital. And between these, there's an argument about the peace, so they decided to fight a true war. Yay. But since Hamburg didn't expect this, they immediately got run over and they lose. Meanwhile, over here, the Rhineland has a strategic advantage, the Rhine River. And since these guys are bigger, I want them to attack first. So then they push in. But their troops are stationed in the Rhine River, so it's gonna be a stalemate for a while there. So over here, I think I have a degree in Yapology. Baden-Württemberg gathers their forces and launches an attack on Bavaria, because if they don't strike now, they strike later. But since these guys like hate both of them, but they'd rather be in Bavaria because they hate Baden-Württemberg, and also I don't want to do rebellions because that means I would have to undo everything. Bavaria gets its forces together and starts a counteroffensive towards the capital. So they pull forces, but that's their plan. They attack here and then circle their forces and then destroy them. Then Baden-Württemberg falls. Meanwhile, this war, which is the only unfinished war left, the Rhineland makes a counterattack down here. These guys don't really appreciate these guys in their land. They rather have the Rhineland on. We are part of the Rhineland. So yeah, after the stalemate was broken, they were steamrolled easily. Alright, so these are the final four. Now the matchup are these two and these two, because that makes sense the most border wise. Since these guys struggled in the last war, they didn't want to. But since these guys did so well, they decided to test their luck and start pushing in. But guess what? They had forces stationed here, so they immediately started a counteroffensive. And since these guys really hate these guys for the betrayal, they start rising up. And since there's a river here, they might as well use it. Meanwhile, down here, they also have forces. This time recruited from this nation who likes Brandenburg and starts fighting back. They tested their luck way too far, so the leader of Oldenburg decided to flee somewhere else, somewhere here, while these guys are being pushed towards off, and the war ends in a surrender. Meanwhile, this war, the Rhineland decides to gamble big because they already have this much, and these guys like them. Meanwhile, over here, these guys don't like these guys, they don't like these guys, only these guys have been assimilated so far. So when they started attacking, most of them joined this side, and even some people still joined this side. Luckily, they were put down. While here, they were able to connect up with the Rhineland. Now that they were being pushed, there was nothing they could do because how could you prevent this when most of your men are like just here? Sure, they can also recruit some here, but what good is that if they encircle this and they take over this? Now they really have no hope. So they surrender and everything is kept. Now there are only 2 successors left who will reunite Germany. Now Brandenburg really was good on that one, but was bad at this one. So they're still trying to take this. They like these guys, but about this guy, I'd say they're about 50-50, and these guys, they hate these guys. So while they're still recovering, while these guys appreciate these guys, and the Saarland and these guys are assimilated. So yeah, only these guys hate them. So they decided to test their luck. They pushed into Oldenburg, which immediately rises up. Meanwhile, in Saxony, there is also a rise. The people here flee from their hometown and into Brandenburg. Brandenburg decides to push in with their new technology called medium tanks. They start pushing in. One small issue, they left this, but they realized it was just dummies. So while these guys were getting distracted, the real plan was actually to encircle these guys, which like one of the main spearheads. So while these guys have just finished finding out it was dummies, these guys are coming in. Meanwhile, up here, they decided to flee to the river and abandon Hanover, but also hold this front. Over here, there's an uprising. They rather want to be with these guys. So yeah. And since that was behind their lines, their weak lines, they were able to connect up. And these guys were like 50-50. I mean, like, these guys like these guys. But they want to be. While over here, Oldenburg doesn't really like these guys because they were trying to make them more industrialized. And these guys are like British. While these guys wanted to make them German. So they decided to revolt. Not joining Brandenburg, not because they like them. They joined Brandenburg because they feel like it's better. Because they have British rights. So the Rhineland is falling. The Brandenburg has reached the Rhine River. These guys have been cut off. They have crossed the river. Saarland rebels, and there's no more hope for these guys. And at March of 20 March 13th of 20, they surrender, leading to a united Germany. Alright, thanks for watching. That's it. Bye!